The following story is a story about a beautiful young woman from Kenya. Wanjiro was born in Kenya in 1978 and grew up in Nairobi. The oldest of 7 children, her father was an agricultural worker, but she enjoyed a good Catholic education by English and Irish sisters in Nairobi. In December 1991, the family went to the village of her grandmother, but her mother had an emergency in this close-by city, so she left her daughter with the grandmother. Early next morning, Wanjiro awakened to the sound of women singing and cheering outside her grandmother's home. Half awake, she was forced by several women, including her grandmother, to remove her clothes and walk down to the river with 15 other young girls. They bathed in the river. They were forced to bathe in the river, and they were escorted to a hut with 2 rooms. One by one, the girls were escorted into a second room. Wanjiro could hear her peers in the other rooms screaming and crying, and then saw them emerge from the room walking strangely with blood on their legs. When her turn arrived, Wanjiro was brought to the second room where awaiting her were 3 village women. She resisted their orders to lie down on the floor with her legs apart, but 2 women held her down. The third had a razor blade. They forcibly circumcised her, during which she endured excruciating pain. Following the circumcision of all 15 girls, naked, bleeding, and in pain, they were taken into a room, into a hut with 1 window, and they were served a meal. Later on, they were taken out to the woods to relieve themselves. Throughout the process, Wanjiro could still hear cheering and the singing of the villagers. For them, this is an important ritual, female-genital mutilation, afflicted upon young girls beginning at the age more or less of 12. Upon her return to the village that evening, her mother, horrified about what had happened to her daughter in her absence, escorted Wanjiro from the hut, dressed her, and took the first bus to the hospital in Nairobi. This was a bus ride of 8 hours, during which her daughter was in extreme pain, and which she endured in silence. She was extremely humiliated over the mutilation and didn't want anybody to know. On arrival in the hospital, Wanjiro lost consciousness and was interned for a week. She continued to be in pain for 6 months following the female genital mutilation experience. Wanjiro arrived in Ispe Sanctuary office and was granted asylum as a victim of torture. Fortunately, a class action suit called the Kisinga case was won by an attorney, a wonderful attorney in our area, Karen Masalo, which enables victims of FGM or female genital mutilation to receive political asylum. Wanjiro and 2 of her sisters are now citizens of the United States and ardent advocates for the extinction of FGM all over. So let us honor all of the Wanjiros in the world who are subject to such torture.